Comprehensive assessment of structures. And Nigerian families are advised to take care of the elders as the nation marks World Elder Awareness Day 2024. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us on the news desk of NTA Channel 5, Abuja. My name is Tessie Omeri. We say Barka Desala. We begin with felicitation in the spirit of the season. Senator representing the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Ireti Hiba Kingebe, felicitate with Nigerians, particularly Muslim faithfuls, on the occasion of the Eid al-Kabir celebrations. In a press statement by Senior Special Assistant Media Kenneth Mbele, the lawmaker calls on Nigerians, especially leaders, to emulate Holy Prophet Ibrahim's virtues of sacrifice. She notes that for progress to be made in life, some valuables must be given up for the sake of other considerations. She recalls the manner in which Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, won the station and the manner in which Allah later blessed him exceedingly, making him the father of all nations. The senator frowned at what she described as the gap between the rich and the poor in the country, saying the rich must make some meaningful sacrifices to reduce the vast gap. Kingebe, in a special manner, salutes her constituents, Abuja residents, for their accommodating nature. She notes that being one another's keeper was imperative in achieving peace anywhere, especially in a heterogeneous setting like the nation's capital, Abuja. She prays for all faithfuls on pilgrimage in Mecca. In the same vein, Chairman Abuja Municipal Area Council Christopher Zaka Mekalangu has urged Muslims to uphold the fundamental principles of peace, which forms the bedrock of Islam as they celebrate Eid al-Kabir, encouraging also residents on their roles in building a nation they can be proud of. The message is contained in a statement signed by his Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity and Public Affairs, Kingsley Madaki. Mekalangu stressed that the season is an opportunity to express gratitude to Almighty Allah for accepting our supplications and urge all to continue praying for the success of the administration. It was a peaceful celebration in Abuja of the FCT as Muslim faithful celebrate the Eid al-Kabir, bearing in mind the message of obedience and sacrifice. Yours sincerely captured the sight and sounds from the Eid ground in Abaji and Kuje area councils. This is the scenario as worshippers trooped in their numbers to observe the 2 Rak'at prayers in Abaji. The chief imam in his sermon called on adherents to celebrate the feast, remembering the values of faith, obedience, and generosity. Then the slaughtering of the ram in fulfillment of the teachings of the Prophet. Honor of Abaji and Chairman FCT Council of Chiefs, Alhaji Adamu Baba Yunusa, used the occasion to remind his subjects on the need for peaceful coexistence as he prayed for a better Nigeria.
This prayer makes us to become closer to God, and we should change our behavior. Pray for the minister and all the governors that there will be peace in this country. Anything that will cause problems, God will not allow you to see it.
Call it a mini Daba and you will not be wrong, as the honor and his subjects in a royal convoy exchanged pleasantries with community members in the spirit of the season. The atmosphere is the same in Kuje Area Council, where worshippers in high spirit performed the spiritual exercise as led by the Chief Imam Saeed Bala. The chairman, Abdullahi Suleiman Sabu, after performing the sacrifice, calls on Nigerians to sustain the lessons of obedience and sacrifice by doing same to one another for a peaceful society.
The festive period is our sacrifice. As people, we should be able to make sacrifice. That is to say, life is all about sacrifice. And I enjoy us to support this present administration under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and able leadership of our working minister, Nelson Wiki, for bringing about the desired development that we need in FCT.
And more from Salah celebrations this time around from Nasarawa West. Eid al-Adha in Nasarawa West Interior District was observed peacefully with calls by clerics and stakeholders for people to be law-abiding and adhere to the teachings of the season. Christy Ayawa has details.
The prayers in Nasarawa West Senatorial District was observed in an atmosphere of peace as the clerics admonished Muslims to be sacrificial, exhibit sense of forgiveness and love, which is the tenet of the season.
What I will advise the entire Kefi community is, first of all, they must respect the rule of law so that everybody will live happy. And then secondly, they must respect all laws that government provide for us for peaceful coexistence and survival in the country.
Pray that God in His infinite mercy, because of this festive season, will touch the heart of our leaders, give them the courage, give them the patience to persevere and to bring out right policies that will impact positively on our people.
For the successful completion and also witnessing the day of Arafat is today, and I pray that God Almighty should continue to keep Nigeria in peace, unity, harmony, and prosperity.
In their goodwill messages, stakeholders called on Nigerians to be patriotic and law-abiding.
My message is to all Nigerians is to, one, believe in the country, believe in the leadership of the country, and be hopeful that the future is going to be bright.
Calling on them, market men and women, to please look at the situation. They should not aggravate, the situation people are in today. Pray that God will touch their hearts, He will do the needful, that the prices of food, will be brought down.
Whatever situation God has put somebody, I think prayer is almost the watch. This common Hausa proverb that even if you're in the mouth of a lion, if you still pray to God, that God will actually bring you out of such kind of situation.
The celebration was hitch-free. In Kefi, Christy Ayagwa Adaji, NTA News.
And back to the center. As Muslims celebrate Eid Kabir, Sapei Usman Ngakupi has advised Nigerians to see themselves as one, irrespective of ethnic differences. Odiri Ogbo Aruteri gives us details.
Amidst the royal entourage, Sape returned to the palace after performing his spiritual obligation at the Gudu prayer ground, Garki. The royal father was full of thanks to God for his benevolence despite the difficult times.
I want to also urge us, please, culture, custom, norms and values, please, let's cherish our own. We have allowed the mode of life of Westerners to destroy our society. We have decided to allow their culture, their norms and values to destroy us. Please, let's keep that one aside. Let us cherish our own culture.
For the glory, and we pray for peace and for the country.
Sisaladi, we give God the glory that took us or made us to see today. And I know many are not opportune to see today. So we that are alive, we have to give praise to God for making us to see today.
Usman Ngakupe sues for peaceful coexistence among Nigerians as he charges parents to ensure their children and wards get educated. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru Arutere, NTA News.
Even in the face of daunting, tough times, displaced Muslims and internally displaced persons camps in Nigeria are also celebrating Salah with incredible joy and unity. Elizabeth Omori reports that in spite of the odds, they say they are grateful to God for the gift of life to celebrate the festival of sacrifice and hopeful for swift actions by governments for their resettlement.
A drive to Durumi IDP's camp in Area 1, Abuja, was worth the ride. A calm morning for both Muslims and non-Muslims with peculiar condition. Both old and young wait patiently for kind-hearted individuals and organizations to come with the largesse of the season, and the children adorned for the celebration. Rams slaughtered, Aisha and other women got busy with sumptuous meals for the day.
Gaskiya muna nuna farin ciki da godiyanmu da yanda mun ga har sallah ya zo har mun dan samu abinci mun sa a bakin mu.
I am eating rice and meat and minerals.
We want them to take us to village now because that time when we were living in village, we used to buy better clothes. We used to kill cows.
As they look forward to returning to their places of origin, they call on government to provide more financial assistance and expedite action to address issues of insecurity in parts of the country and displacement. Meanwhile, it was a special Salah celebration at Aguma Kingdom in Gwagwalada community of the FCT. After observing the two congregational prayers, the Aguma led his people on a horse ride popularly known as Doba.
The horse riding, we did it to showcase the traditional institution that has been existing before now and even now.
Every track has its own significance, but the one you're hearing is absolutely for the king and to add
Messages of Eid centered on reflection, gratitude, and sacrifice for the progress of the nation.
We in Nigeria, we should make patience. Inshallah, one day will be better.
The essence is to share love to one another and to reach out to the less privileged in the society.
Hunters and drummers added colors to the celebration with their show-offs.
Moving on, several centuries ago, one of the prophets of Islam, Abraham, left legacies of sacrifice and that of submitting wholly to Allah in the face of daunting trial. Consequently, past holding on to these legacies as basis for yearly celebration. Ramut Abdullahi tells us more about this week's story of Abraham, which has culminated into celebration of Eid al-Adha with several lessons to learn.
Eid al-Adha, one in which activities marking its celebration is packed with lessons to imbibe. It is the feast of sacrifice, commemorating the willingness of Prophet Ibrahim to sacrifice his son Ismail in obedience to Allah's commandment before he was replaced by a ram.
Not that Allah wanted him to slaughter his son for real, but it was just a test and a trial. And we all should learn from that it is from what we love the most that our trials will come.
So every Muslim is expected to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number two, total submission to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Expected to get this sacrificial animal and sacrifice it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Muslims celebrate Eid al-Adha every year by sacrificing animals such as rams, cows, camels, and goats.
Allah mentioned in chapter 22, verse 28, that when you slaughter your animal, you can divide into three, and the one portion goes to the less privileged.
When you slaughter, you are allowed to even extend a gesture to your neighbors at work, neighbors at home, neighbors everywhere, irrespective of religion, whether Muslims or non-Muslims.
The sacrifice is preceded by 2 rakat prayers, observed in an open space, and a symbol of unity. Beyond merrymaking, scholars say Eid al-Adha celebration calls for sober reflection on its lessons, which, among other things, offer practicable solutions to socio-economic challenges facing the country.
By the time Ibrahim was slaughtering the ram, he slaughtered the ram so that it would be a feast, an enjoyment for his people. But don't forget, that was a result of obedience to Almighty Allah and a result of prayers that are answered. So no matter how much or how strong the trials are, let us not leave God. We all know that Nigeria, we are people that are very religious.
Indeed, a season of love, compassion, generosity, brotherhood and tolerance is here again and celebrated worldwide by Muslims. Ramatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
You're watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Still to come after the news. Correspondent feels the pulse of essential workers in the FCT. These and more when we return. Do stay with us.
Good evening, glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
We celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
The Little Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja.
Would say have a lovely day.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Families have been advised to engage the services of professionally trained caregivers to cater for their aged relatives rather than ignoring their feelings, as by such becoming a crime, says the DG National Senior Citizen Center of Nigeria. Serafina Okono News Awareness Day.
Nigeria is between 40 to 50 years of age, which before now was seen as a blessing, is gradually turning to be a social pain by some families. Hence, the reason of adopting a foster home known as Home for the Elderly. But do parents really wish to be kept at such place after so much sacrifices for their children or their old age?
To carry me go to elderly home, I myself, go for me, but I'm not agree for that.
If elder even lay hands, say, God bless you, no man in this world can stop that blessing. It will come to you.
There is no how that you be close to your children, that at the later part of your life that you will be of that they will be of use to you, for them to dump you at old people's homes, and it's not our culture.
You no go fear elderly person, you go say make you abuse am. Make you tell am say they smell, they do this. No.
It has been scientifically proven that old age comes with its health challenges such as dementia, diabetes, hypertension, and lots more, if one doesn't maintain a healthy lifestyle. Hence the neglect and even abuses, which oftentimes experts say are from close family members.
Irrespective of where that you take that your parent to, it is a disaster to me, because the parent deserve more than what you can even offer them. Our parents are become very lonely, even where they are in the house.
Walat and Harhuma, don't despise them. They may reach an old age with you that they even defecate, like babies do. They return back as if they were little children. Don't despise them. Don't hate them. You should do things with them, Wakula Uma Kol and Karima, and speak kind words of honor and respect to them.
This year's World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, with the themes Spotlight on Old Persons in Emergencies, emphasizes the urgent need to protect and support older individuals during crisis. To this end, Director General of National Senior Citizen Center, Omakaro, says from her organization's lead assessment, most families still practice the cultural orientation of having older persons or family members in their immediate communities. However, opting for other options of care is not out of place.
With our strategic plan, our policy, the programs, especially under our geriatric social care quality assurance program that we are developing, is to ensure that we give families options of having skilled, trained workforce.
We also give communities and families options of having accredited domiciliary agencies that can employ the skilled and certified, caregivers.
As Nigeria commemorates this day, it is imperative to note that the rights of the elderly don't diminish, as they deserve to be treated with dignity and honor. In Abuja, Serafina Okon Omekwe, NT News.
Jiwa community in Amak Area Council of the FCT is known for its busy nature, with every household having a business, be it provision store or rearing of chicken. Residents of Jiwa say the community is united in alleviating poverty. Safia Inoma Uche visited the village and also captured a functional primary healthcare center.
Jiwa community in Amak Area Council of the FCT has a beautiful natural landscape with many residents involved in one skill or the other, ranging from vulcanizing, grinding, selling of clothes and other accessories. Although a suburb, Jiwa residents commute daily to the city center to earn a living. The relatively low cost for accommodation and goods and services has endeared the area to many as a result, leading to population growth. One very important aspect that is taken care of is the health sector, which many attest to.
We have primary health care centers, but we are expecting tertiary institution like general hospital, because without general hospital here it's a very problem.
Some people are testifying they have equipment and they are doing well. When you are sick, when they treat you, you will recover.
Very good hospital, very caring, and government is they are really working about the hospital. They are trying their best. We can't lie. It's the best hospital in this community.
They have medicine for them. Sometimes they will share something for children.
In terms of work, they are very trying, and there are nurses there. They are very proficient and they are working very okay. So I also attend my baby immunization here as well, so they are doing okay.
The Chief's Palace, which welcomes everyone in the community, is a place to express problems, developmental ideas, and achievements. In every community in the FCT, residents say staff are professional and are always on ground, while medications are available. In Abuja, Safia Noma Uche, NTA News.
Many thanks, Safia. Now, while Nigerians are basking in the euphoria of the Salah holidays, essential workers from various sectors are contributing to the development of the nation. Serafina Okon Umekwe has a live update.
Well, I am at the Federal Fire Service headquarters, and with me is ASF1, who will be telling us how prepared they are ready should there be any emergency. Hi.
Yes, I, ASF1 Adofu of the Federal Fire Service. We are here this hour to let the public know that we are always ready for action.
At the National Hospital, and right here at the National Hospital, health workers are also not out of place, as they are here providing services to those in need of health services.
From what I can say, I think they are doing a great work. Everything is moving faster than it used to be. In fact, it's like I prefer today to other days.
In the words of Abikunle, the life we chose, the life we chose. So we're always here waiting for you.
There is no holiday without the media. People always ask me, how are you going to work? People see me going to work on a holiday, maybe on a Christmas day or Eid like today or any other holiday. And they'll be like, why are you going to work? I was like, who is going to report the holiday? It's Tiesto down to business. Absolutely, my bad guy. It is your midday show right here on the Beat 97. ABJ, turning it all the way up, keeping you company.
And the security personnel are also on ground to ensure that critical infrastructures are protected. Likewise, lives of citizens, essential workers in the broadcast industry, in the health sector, and even in the security circle. They are not relenting. But Tessie, hey, I am a proud essential worker. How proud are you, Tessie? Over to you.
Serafina, we'll always be proud of our profession. Well, the only problem is that we always have to answer questions from family and friends when they say, where are you going on a public holiday? We always have to answer that question. But the thing is, we have to contribute our quota to nation building. That's it, Serafina. I'm proud to be an essential worker any day, anytime. It's part of our lives. Moving on, up next is Sports Brief. I'm afraid Sports Brief is not ready at the moment, and that wraps up our news at 1. We thank you for your time.
Rangers International of Enugu have been crowned champions of the 2023-2024 Nigeria Premier Football League season. The Flying Antelopes won their 8th NPFL title in grand style with a 2-0 win over Bendel Insurance on 67 points, closely followed by Remo Stars on 62 points, who lost to Sunshine Stars. Still talking football, preparations of the Nigeria Super Falcons for the upcoming Paris 2024 Olympic Games received a big boost as injured Ashley Plumte is back in training. The utility defender has been out of action in the past month due to injury she sustained while representing her Saudi club. To athletics, Favor Ofili is Nigeria's new 100 meters champion and automatic qualifier for the Paris Games after winning the Olympic trials in Benin to become the fastest woman in the country. Delayed but not denied, Favor Ofili made a triumphant return to home soil by winning the women's 100 meters national title at the Nigeria Olympic trials, as her time also surpassed the Paris Olympics qualifying standard. The talented speedster in the final was astonishing by blazing to an impressive new season's best of 11.06 seconds, a time good enough to automatically surpass the Olympic qualifying standard of 11.10 seconds. With Sports Brief, Francisca Bile, NT News.
In this afternoon, we apologize for the little mix-up earlier. Hope you would bear with us. We have more reports at 7 for now. Continue to enjoy the holidays. Bye for now.